Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about the Airgate or air damper, whatever you prefer to call it, that I built for my coal forge for free. Basically, I dug it out of all the parts were dug out of scrap pile. So let's talk about it a little bit. This is my Airgate that I built. I built it whenever I was in my welding class. Whenever we had some spare time, I just went out to the scrap bin and put some stuff together. This was, the pipe was some of the extra I already had from whenever I put the tier together on the forge, so I knew it was the same size and would fit. And I took the pipe and I threaded it in, marked which way I wanted it to be facing, and then with a Sharpie on the pipe so that way whenever I cut it in half, and then welded it up to the sides of the Airgate, it would go in the way I wanted it to. But if you look here on the bottom, now this is, I got this idea for this from another YouTuber. I'll put a link, I don't remember his name right now, but I'll put a link to his channel of this video in the description. But if you look, it's open on the bottom, and DF in the shop explains why this would work pretty good. I'll put a link to his video too. But bottoms open up, and I have this flap inside that I can adjust for more or less airflow. Now, you see, the bright side to having it adjust like this instead of the pulling in and out is you don't get static air built up inside of anything or go back into your blower. So everything's flowing smoothly. The air you don't want flows out and down the bottom. And you can adjust it up and down for more or less. You see here, whenever you move it up, you can see the flap there. So whatever air that you don't want will flow down and out the bottom. And then whatever you want to keep will go over the top. You can shut mine. Mine goes all the way off to no air. It hits the top and seals up pretty tightly. And then you can bring it all the way down to have full bore blowing all the way through. Now what I made this out of, this was the body of it. It was 4x4 square pipe or square tubing that I cut it 4 inches long, and then I cut the bottom, I cut it to be 3 inches tall. And then the piece that I cut off is what I used for the flap. I took the corner off of it, and then I put it inside so that way it would fit. And on the back of it, I welded a 1/4 inch bar, and I put a bend in it, so that way I can use that as my handle to adjust it. Now, how you get it so that way the 1/4 inch bar fits, I took an angle grinder, and I ground down the edge of the tubing, so that way I have a notch to sit into. And then to keep the flap from falling back out, I took little pieces of scraps and welded it to the sides, so that way it wouldn't fall down out. The YouTuber that I got the idea for this from, whenever he put his in, he put his going across long ways. But I just decided to put mine in from the sides. I don't know why exactly, but I like it. Mine's a little bit different than his in a couple different ways. And for the notching system to keep the handle locking in place for high and low air. Low you go up high, high air you have it on the bottom. Now I just took a piece of angle iron and welded it to the side, and then I took an angle grinder and ground notches in so that way it would lock in place. It's pretty springy. I made the bend in the bar after I put this on, and I made it a little bit lower than the actual angle iron itself is, so that way it would have some spring to it and slide in place, and it works pretty good. And the tubing is just 2-inch pipe you can pick up from the hardware store. Yes, this was galvanized, but the spots I welded, I put them in acid and soaked for a little while, and then after that I took it and ground it a little bit so that way I could weld it. And yes, the welds are fairly ugly, but I threw it together real quick. Once I had everything all cut up, I did it in like 15 minutes welding everything together. And the plates I used on the outside was just scraps of 3/8 plate, and I took a torch and I cut a 2-inch hole in both of them, so so that way the pipe would fit on and then the airflow would go smoothly through. Then I welded those with the front and back, and then that's really all you got to do to build this. Like I said before, I'll put the description of the channel that had the original idea for this, and then I'll also put a link in for DF in the shop's channel about what he explains is what he thinks is a good and bad Airgate. It's very helpful. It helped me with this and figuring out how to do different things, and he points out other designs you can use. So thanks for checking this out, guys. And the reason why I haven't been making videos so much lately is the weather's pretty crazy, and I got sick like 2 times, and I wrecked my car real bad and was hurt for a little bit. So, but I'm back now, and we'll be putting out more videos. So keep following along, guys. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, comment on it. Tell me what you thought. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. It's up to you. Just remember, subscribe and hit that little bell icon if you want notifications. Have a good day, guys.